Wrapping up our solving equations involving the distributive property, based on our discussion from yesterday, I had you finish up with questions C and D to do on your own. So here's the steps you would take. The first thing I would recommend you do is rewrite the equation as it appears in the question. The second step you need to continue to do is you need to, of course, distribute the 7 to everything that's in the brackets or the parentheses to get rid of them. So 7 multiplied by negative y is negative 7y. 7 times 2 is 14. And then we can just bring down the 28 because we're not going to be really doing anything with that as of yet. Now I'm at the point where I need to isolate the variable. So I'm going to subtract 14 from each side of my equation. And these two, of course, cancel each other out like our zero pairs. And the negative 7y is just brought down. I put the equal sign right here because this carries down as well. And I have 28 subtract 14, which is 14. I still have not yet isolated the variable, so I need to divide each side by negative 7. And the reason I have to divide it by a negative 7 is because a negative divided by a negative will give me a positive. And I can't have a negative variable. So the y just comes down. 14 divided by a negative 7. And I know from our integer rules when we're dividing and multiplying integers that a positive integer divided by a negative integer will result in a negative integer. So this, in this case here, y equals negative 2. As I go through this, and I need to verify this, I just need to stick this y equals negative 2 right in here. But you're going to say, but it's a negative y already. That is correct. So when I stick that in there, I have to make sure when I'm verifying it that this is correct. So I have 7, negative, and then I have a negative 2. I'm just going to stick that in brackets like that. And I'm going to add 2 to that. Now, what you need to understand is when I have two negatives together, like this is like a negative invisible 1 on the outside there. Two negatives make a positive. So in this case here, excuse me, I in actuality have a positive 2, and I'm adding a plus 2 in the brackets. And again, I have to use my order of operations for this one. This is a very tricky question. So 2 plus 2 is 4. I'm left with 7 multiplied by 4 on this side. The 28 just continues to be brought down. 7 multiplied by 4 is 28. Both sides of my equation equal 28, preserving equality. Therefore, negative 2 is correct.